guys, in this video I'll show you my skill fight against Raidriar, and it's a 5-to-1 skill fight, which means I can have stats up to 1/5 of the Titan's level. So I'm showing my equipment, my gear and stats there, and also you can't have any potions either, and you can only have 1/5 of the Titan's level as stats. So he was 68,000 and I had 13,000 in stats. And the skill fight was invented on the Epic Games forum, and I've put a link to the forum in the description under this video. And they have a Worker of Secrets club and a Pantheon club where you do skill fights to get in and be a member. And so this fight will go towards one of the achievements in both the Worker of Secrets club and the Pantheon. And I also have a couple of skill fight clubs on my own forum, tamLChannel forum, and again this fight will go towards getting those achievements too. So I've put a link to both forums in the description under this video. And the reason I called it AUSAR'S Revenge is because of the lore of Infinity Blade. And that's because Raidriar, the original one, not this clone one, killed AUSAR on the plains of Koroth. And it's commemorated by Raidriar with that painting that's above his mantelpiece in this room. If you've spotted that, if you look up in this room, you'll see the painting above his head, and it shows him defeating some dark-looking evil guy, and it's believed that that is AUSAR. So this was AUSAR returning to defeat Raidriar, seeing as Raidriar had killed him on the plains of Koroth. And also now in IV3 we can visit plains of Koroth with Issa, and that's where we meet AUSAR being kept by the cult for the first time, is that we meet him, and that's again because that's where he died. So that's the story, that he was beaten by Raidriar. But of course that's not the whole story, because he is deathless, and the worker had managed to reset AUSAR and use that Redeemer on him and turn him into a young child again, which wiped his memories. And you probably know the story, but if you don't, then the story of Infinity Blade is Cyrus remembering who he was and regaining those memories as AUSAR, and then deciding to have redemption, which meant giving back to the worker what he gave him. So through IV3 he gets the Redeemer, and at the very end when he fights the worker he stabs him with the Redeemer equipped in the Infinity Blade, and that resets the worker. And that's why in that very final scene after the credits you see the worker as a child, because Cyrus has turned the worker back into a child like he did to him. And Cyrus prefers being Cyrus rather than AUSAR, because AUSAR has a very dark history and Cyrus is for the good. So that's some of the lore of Infinity Blade. And I thought it would be fun to dress as AUSAR and go fight this Raidriar. Although he isn't a hard boss, he's one of the easiest in the game really. But I made it harder by doing it as a 5-to-1. And as I say, that has the double benefit that I'll be able to use this video as part of the 5-to-1 achievements. One is called the Boss King, and you have to defeat all the bosses at 5-to-1. And I've done a few of them now, but I've still got a few to go. I just do one every once in a while. I'm not going to do them all in a row. and in the end I'll have completed them all and get that Boss King achievement, and that's for the Work of Secrets Club on Epic Games Forum. And for the Pantheon Club, that's a harder membership. You have to be a member of the Work of Secrets Club and another club, and once you're in, then you can go for the achievements, and one of them is again to defeat all the bosses at 5 to 1. But it isn't just a matter of your stats either, that's the beginning. Also, you can't use Dark Fire. In fact, you can only use stat gems to make sure you have the right amount of stats so that you meet that 1/5 of the Titan's level in stats. So I had those attack gems, and I was actually still 300 short, but I didn't care because I wanted to wear this AUSAR'S gear. So if I'd wanted to raise my stats, I could have used a higher weapon or a higher helmet, but because I wanted to wear AUSAR'S gear, I just left it, and I was about, as I say, 300 short. So yeah, all your stats get counted, so it's the stats in your gear as well as your gems and stats, you know, you've been adding to your attack and your skill points. And if you decide to have a go at this, then be aware that health is treated a bit differently, the health stats, and they're not 1 for 1. You have to divide them by 50 when you look at your stat screen. You divide that figure by 50, and that's how many health stats you have. And the rest that are in magic and attack and shield, they are 1 to 1, 1 for 1. So you add up your stats from that stat screen and see if they total 1/5 of the Titan's level, and that's how you can do 5 to 1 fights. But with the Work of Secrets Club, you need to have fought the worker first at 5 to 1, and he has to be over level 10,000. And once you've done that, then the other achievements are open to you. And on my forum, we don't have that restriction. You can go for any of the achievements straight off, and you'll be a member of the skill club, as that's what it's called. Rather than being based on fighting the worker, it's a skill club for any of the skill fights. So check them out if you want to get some more fun from the game, both the clubs on my forum and on the Epic Games forum, and you might have some more fun. And it does add another element to the game, and it helps improve your skills too, because you can't make any mistakes. Also, you can't have any second chance, so you can't die. If you have got second chance skill, then you've got to make sure you don't die. And also, you can't have ultimate magic. So I got round that by wearing a non-magic ring, so I wasn't using any magic. So there's a lot of restrictions, and basically it comes down to only stat gems and 1 hex gem for the Pantheon Club. And the Work of Secrets Club, I think you can have 2 hex gems, but I did 1 so that I can qualify for any of the clubs. And you can either use a hexagon Titan Break gem or a perfect parry stun gem, but you can't use bonus combo -1 gems. And I decided to go for the hexagon gem, and I was still going for perfect parries because they add to your attack break. So the more perfect parries that you get, the longer your attack break. So I decided to go for the Titan Break gem for extra attack break, plus also go for perfect parries during the round. And I didn't find him hard at all. It took me a few attempts because I kept mistiming a couple of his step backs and getting hit, because I was going for the dodge break when he did the step backs. You can parry one of them where he goes off to the side, but you do get a longer attack break if you go for dodge breaks. And seeing as it's a long fight anyway, I wanted to get as much attack as I could in, so I kept going for dodge breaks and also bonus combos. And right towards the end, I decided to use the super to finish the job, because I thought that's a good way to end it. But that's the only time I use the super, because it is a skill fight, so I tend to stay away from magic and super anyway in skill fights, except at the end. And that's the other reason I go for dodge breaks with the step backs as well, because I want to put in as much skill in a skill fight. So there he is, down and finished. And I hope you enjoyed AUSAR getting revenge on Raidriar. Thanks for watching tamLChannel, your favourite channel for Infinity Blade. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and check out my website and social pages. Thanks, see you next time.